God. Can you just marinate on that, son? He is the sole expression of the glory of God. The light being, the outraying or radiance of the divine, and he is the perfect imprint and very image of God's nature, upholding and maintaining and guiding and propelling the universe by his mighty word of power, whom when he had by offering himself accomplished our cleansing of sins and riddance of guilt. Ooh, coming home now, ain't we, y'all? Oh, we coming home now, ain't we? Boy, we hear some of them words and oh my goodness, sins and guilt. Oh, Jesus, you just started running back to the stuff that brought you. Sin and guilt. It's all coming home. But there's a reason he said this. And it's very serious. And if you don't catch this, you don't get the cure. And you spend your life born again, but living in the past.
Good word, good word.
And I'm going to tell you something. Well, no, this keeps running across my heart. So I found out this is when God is instructing me to say something. There's a separate, oftentimes, maybe this is within me, Pastor. I feel like there's a separation between the young people and the adults. You don't find that in Scripture. What is good for an adult is good for a young person. If you read Hebrews, he didn't say for the adults.
That's right.
This is for anybody who will. This is for the world. That means your infant. That means you tell them this from the time they're in the womb until their last day on the planet Earth.
Come on, good teacher.
There is no different word for a you versus the adult. Every adult was a you. And so we sit here sometimes and we have an energy and we separate ourselves unwittingly, unintentionally. But there's a separation that's not of God. Jesus the Son is for all of us. And what he did, he's the perfect imprint and the nature of God. That's as good as for my babies as it is for me.
Yeah. Good word, good word. Good word.
Who himself, it says, when he had by offering himself, he offered himself. 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 When he had by offering himself accomplished our cleansing of sins and riddance of guilt, he sat down. Woo! Woo! Ain't that what we talked about before we started this word? Sound like he was kicking up his feet. He sat down. To sit down symbolizes what? Resting. It's done. See, when you sat down right now, without you even thinking about it, and look how beautiful it is, you're no longer resting on your own strength.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
Every last one of us do this, and we see the benefits of it in life. Look where you are. Everybody in here, look where you're sitting. You're not resting on your own strength.
Come on. Good word.
You're resting in the strength of this thing that you're sitting.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And truth be told, some of y'all came in here and sat down and said, whew.
Amen. You sure right about it. I couldn't wait.
Because it was harder operating in your own strength. But when you were able to sit in somebody else's strength, you sat down and said, whoa!
You can't believe it. Keep good work.
You said, whoa!
Good work.
Woo!
We all said
Woo! It changes.
it. Good work.
Now, did that make a difference whether it was a child or an adult? Look at the young people in here. They sitting down too. Resting. It has nothing to do with whether you're a child, a young adult, or an adult.
Good work.
It abides and means something for all of us.
Good work.
So let's not separate ourselves in this way. One word is good for all.
Yeah.
One word satisfies all. One word heals and cures all.
Yes, sir.
He
Good
rested. Every last one of us in here are resting. We rested. And when you came in here, if you were limping, or when you was walking, it was hard, you know, and you was like, you know, pain, yeah. And then you, I've been there many a days, playing sports and doing things. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then you did what? You sat down and you said, ooh. We are beautiful people. You're allowed to look in the mirror and stand up and say, I'm beautiful. And you're created beautiful. But your life can be miserable. Has anybody ever had a miserable life? And I don't mean it stayed there, but you hit a point in time in your life when it was just miserable. Just miserable. You know, we've all, if you live any bit of time in Africa, you know, you're going to go through something. You're going to go through something. But I want you to know, as I close, I wish I could give you some more. But don't worry about my expressions. Let me tell you where they come from. It just comes from the bubbling up inside of me. You don't get to see that or feel that. I need an expression for it sometimes. So it's not meant in any kind of ulterior motive or way. It is me being me. That thing wells up in me. And I want to give that to you because it changes life. Christ changes your life. I can tell you of example, and I'm not, of places and situations where it was not supposed to work out. But Christ changed the life. Now, I got news for you. Because when I said that, I also had the thought pattern run through my mind, well, I can show you some situations where it didn't work out. And it didn't go my way. That's right. We ain't scared. I ain't scared. I ain't scared. Christ is still the answer. I got news for you. The faster we get on this, we meaning all of us, the faster we get on this, it changes. It changes. And I want you to know that you're like a tree planted by the rivers of water. See, when the heat comes, you won't know it because your roots run deep into the sun. See? So, when the heat is coming, the heat being the world and everything around you, the pressures, those times when you feel most miserable, your roots run deep and the sun will shine. He never stops shining, irregardless of how dark it is. Do you realize that even though it can be dark, the sun never stops shining? You realize that? So the faster we get on this, listen, let me make it real plain and simple. Stop putting trust in yourself and put your trust in Christ. About the best I can give you. The time has expired. Put your trust in Him. I wish I could delve into it more. Obviously, it is not intended to be today. Lord Jesus. I feel like I got so much in me that I didn't get to leave with you. But guess what? I ain't God, and I ain't the Son. I just do my part, and obviously my part is over. Though I might have wanted more, it ain't for me to give more, obviously. I'm okay with that. It still burns in me. I'm still flowing. You know, my wife may get some more. You know, but it is what it is.